What's going on, guys? TKD123 back here with a video, and today I want to talk about a couple of news topics we got today in the music industry. We have a few things, not a ton, but we have a big topic I also want to talk about pertaining to this jacket right here. Pertaining to the man behind this jacket. But let's get right into this. Starting off here, we have not heard a lot of ASAP Rocky here in a few years now. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a really hot minute since we've heard or even heard a new song, at least at all, from ASAP Rocky. Or maybe that could be incorrect. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Or maybe they released a ASAP collab rap album or something like that. I don't know. But beside the point, ASAP Rocky is back with some details pertaining to his new album. Now I'm really not the biggest fan of ASAP Rocky. I would say I'm pretty I'm a pretty decent fan, right? I generally did enjoy his past few projects, but he is back here and is pertaining and ready to drop his next album here in 2017. And there are some details coming out with it, including the two people that will be on this album prominently, which are Lenny Kravitz and Tyler, the Creator. Now, Lenny Kravitz was on his Instagram a few days ago, so obviously that's right there. He was pretty clear here that Lenny Kravitz is somewhat a part of this ASAP Rocky album, whether it be a feature or something else along those lines. But he definitely is a part of ASAP's new album. And along with that, Tyler, the Creator, said that on stage that hey, look out for music from myself, Tyler, the Creator, and ASAP Rocky. So there's definitely going to be some things going on in this album pertaining to those two individuals. Along with that, there is also news here that Quavo, Lil Uzi Verts, and Playboi Carti are all going to be on a song in the album, on ASAP's new album. So that's going to be a classified AAA dub banger, obviously. There's no doubt about that, especially with Quavo. Come on, Quavo, you killing it, bro. And also, more, ASAP's, own opinion on the album. He said that he will be, quote, leveling up on the competition for this album. So he is definitely here out for blood, definitely over here ready to drop a banger, and definitely out here, ready to take some names and do some crazy stuff like that in the industry. So I cannot wait for this album to drop, and of course, look out for it on the channel. Next up here, we're going to touch base on a topic that we talked about last video, I believe, or 2 videos ago, and that is the 2 Chainz restaurant, scandal whole thing, right? So his, restaurant, just a quick recap of what happened. 2 Chainz has a restaurant named Escobar, Tapas, and something like that, whatever it is. But he has a restaurant, and upon its first week, right, a few weeks ago, he got a failing grade on the health inspection. On their very first health inspection, they got a failing grade. I think they got 59%, and it was for crazy things like there was mold in food containers, chicken wasn't being cooked at the right temperatures, all this crazy stuff that was happening in the restaurant. They received a failing grade on their health inspection. And so then upon the end of last week, they got another health inspection with a new staff. They completely wiped out the management of the restaurant, and they received a 92% on their new health inspection. So now Escobar is all clean, all good. There's no more mold, no more crazy things like that, and that they are running up to par of how 2 Chainz, and at least the health inspectors want the restaurant to maintain as. And his own opinion on the matter, 2 Chainz, Titty Boy, he said that he blames the inexperienced staffers, and the employees of the Escobar restaurant to he basically made them at fault, really. They weren't knowing what they're doing, they weren't well trained, they weren't well versed, weren't experienced, whatever, and so that led to them getting the failing grade on their first health inspection. And since then, he has gotten way better staff, way better people, and he says that the restaurant is running up to par of how he wants to, and everything is all good and dandy. And he also said that he has aspirations of being an entrepreneur, and has aspirations of actually expanding the Escobar name and all stuff like that. And he basically said because he wants to give back to his community, give back to Atlanta, and hire the people there in Atlanta and give them jobs and stuff like that. So that's definitely a good thing. Amen. Reps up, props up to your city, props up to you giving back to your city and stuff like that. And who knows, maybe someday we'll vlog a trip to Escobar restaurant. Now this is the one topic that I really want to discuss here on the channel, and that is Kendrick Lamar's new album. Now, even uttering those words, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I have expressed my opinions on To the Butterfly. You guys know that I feel that album literally is a must listen at that. It is something that should be commended for years to come. It is a legendary album, in my opinion. And Kendrick Lamar is back with a new album. Now, we don't have a name, we don't have a date, we don't have a release window of this album, but he took, a little bit of time to express in the interview basically his thoughts and, his overall kind of, I guess, detailing and description of the album, right? And he says, that To the Butterfly, right, when we look back on that, when we listen to that, that is more of him laying out the problems, laying out the issues, laying out what is wrong currently right now in the social landscape, of the United States and of the world overall, right? So he feels that right there that he was basically stating the problem. This next album, he says, will be solely tasked on explaining the answers, explaining what he feels is the correct way we should go about dealing with these problems that we have. He also says that this next album is, quote, very urgent. Like, he feels like he kind of felt like this overwhelming urge to make this album as quickly as he can, because he feels that overall the landscape pretty much needs this album, and I cannot wait to see what he has in store for this album as well. He also begins to detail that in the wake of recent events, he wants to really hone in and focus on the communities, because he feels that when you work on a ground level, when you work at the ground floor, and you insinuate change and insinuate a level of a different life, and just insinuate a better way of doing things at the ground level of things, then it will rise to the top, it'll bubble up, and it will reach the ground level floor to the top. You know what I'm saying? So he feels that that is definitely the angle he wants to go at this album with. Then he went on to describe a little metaphor to this album and a better way of explaining it. He describes the album in this little metaphor of a daughter, right? Like, let's say you, the viewer right now, has a daughter, right? And this daughter is little, she's growing up, she's learning new things, all this, she's just growing up, right? And there will become a point in her development of a human that she will start to do things that you won't really like, that you won't condone, you never taught her, or you don't want her to do. And he says that that is a thing that you cannot prevent, you cannot try and stop, you cannot try and inhibit. It is just going to happen. It's a fact of life. And he says that the overall thing is to view the little girl as the issues of the world, right? And you learning to accept the fact that they are going to happen, accept the fact that they are there, learn from them, and learn to accept them. And that is pretty much the essence of this entire thing, is how he described it through the metaphor of this little girl. And I am just, dude, K-Dot, please drop this album soon. Please drop this album soon. We need it. I want to listen to this album so bad. I'm so hyped for Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar. Get popping on that album. And also, to touch base on the artist that we recently talked about here is J.I.D. Now, he is a new signee on Dreamville. Of course, J. Cole's great conglomerate of a bunch of different artists and stuff like that, and his label at that. And he has come out and officially announced the artwork and the track list for his new upcoming album. The album is called The Never Story, and it will feature 12 tracks, you know what I'm saying? So it's a nice, it's a pretty nice album, it's a pretty nice size album for a debut artist, for a debut project, stuff like that. It's not too big, not too small. It's, a pretty nice album where we can get a pretty good grasp and pretty good opinion on, his style and his flow and stuff like that. And it will be dropping this Friday as of this recording, March 10th, I believe. So definitely, make sure to look out for that on the channel in the coming weeks and stuff like that. I'll be definitely, checking this out and definitely reviewing it, because of his Dreamville, I'm gonna check it out. But and then he also released the artwork, which the artwork depicts a bunch of different things on it. It looks looks okay, looks all right. I'm sure it'll make a lot more sense when we go into the album and stuff like that. But a pretty formidable artwork. Nothing bad, nothing crazy, but it's an artwork. And the album will also feature, a bunch of people like Earth Gang, the new group, I guess, that's coming out right now. I'm not sure if they're, signed to Dreamville. I don't think they are, to my knowledge, but I know they're heavily associated with Dreamville, so probably there's some, things like that there. And also, Black is on the album, with up-and-coming dude. He had the new track with Janae Aiko last week, and then he is going to be featured on this album as well. So definitely like how Black is getting out there to all sorts of different, artists, stuff like that, and getting his name out there, and, really, rising towards the ranks. And also him being added to the Weeknd's American tour. So definitely I'm gonna be hyped to see him live as well, and I cannot wait to see Black as he progresses through his career. And lastly, one more thing to kind of just add a little thing here is that J. Cole produces 2 of the tracks here on this album. So even at that, J. Cole is definitely pretty much backing and supporting this new artist as well, even through him producing some of the tracks here on the album. So definitely do like that as well. Next up here in the doc, we have Travis Scott. Now, you guys know I titled Travis Scott's Birds and Trap Sing McKnight my official 2016 album of the year. You guys know that I love that album, to a degree, and to not even a degree, a very high degree. And at that, this morning, as of this recording on Monday, he actually announced a tour. The tour is called Bird's Eye View, and it will be starting on March 10th in New Orleans and end July 9th in Finland. Now, this is cool, right? I love, Travis Scott. I'm a big fan, but this tour does not include Phoenix, where I'm currently, residing in, where I'm currently from, and I'm sad. I'm very, very sad. Travis Scott, I want this tour to go to Phoenix. Now, you know, one thing to also add here is that he, you know, is claiming this current posted tour dates, right? He's you know, kind of dubbing this as phase 1, right? So that leads me to believe that if it's phase 1, there has to be a phase 2, right? So I'm hoping that in phase 2 he will come to Phoenix. Okay, I really need to go to the show. I really need to go to the show. And another reason why I feel like this is also not, you know, only phase 1 and that there will be a phase 2 is that LA is not even on the phase 1 list. And obviously, you know, if you go on a tour and you don't go to LA, that's like, why? You know, just why, right? So I feel like definitely there will be a phase 2 that will feature LA and hopefully, fingers crossed, Phoenix. Last night on Sunday was the iHeartRadio Awards, where, you know, a bunch of artists, you know, get commended and get, you know, awarded for their accolades for their year in 2016, all the good stuff. And we had some pretty, you know, pretty cool winners that were, you know, pretty obvious in a way, that were pretty like, okay, yeah, he's obviously gonna get this award. But let's run down a few of them. During the show, Big Sean performed Bounce Back and Moves, you know, kind of those two pretty much mainstream, you know, tracks from I Decided. So definitely, you know, I heard it was a great show. I heard it was a great performance by Big Sean. So definitely big ups to Big Sean making moves out there and, you know, just honing in on this great album that he dropped early in the year. And of course, when you have, you know, best up and coming hip hop artist, best, you know, new in the game artist, Chance the Rapper is going to win. Like that's no brainer. Chance won best new hip hop artist, so that's no surprise there. Also, you know, one coming off of the left side of the field, Bryson Tiller won the best new R&B artist, which I definitely agree with. I kind of wish that Black, you know, would have been in the running. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, but I would like to see Black someday win this, because I feel like he definitely does, you know, deserve it right now with him doing so many moves right now. But obviously that was, you know, this is in terms of 2016, not talking about 2017, stuff like that. So definitely Bryson Tiller, he definitely does deserve that. And I'm like, yo, Tiller, where's the album, bro? You posted that, you know, tweet saying that, oh, listen, yo, I'm not gonna stop until, you know, this album is done. Then it's gonna be out for you all. I'm gonna give it to you all. Where is it? Where is it? Stop pulling a Drake on us, man. I'm gonna talk about Drake in a little bit, but do not pull a Drake on us, man. Drop the album. Let's go. Let's get this popping. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Tiller. What are you doing? And of course, the king of R&B, the king of the fall, Mr. Abel Tesfaye, aka The Weeknd, won the best R&B artist 2016, which is something that I feel like no one can argue. I don't know why you would argue that, really. Like, if you argue that, I don't know what you're talking about. But clearly here, The Weeknd did deserve this. Also, I cannot wait to see you on May 2nd here in Phoenix, dude. I'm coming for you, bro. I'm coming for you, man. And like I've said before, you cannot talk about 2016 without talking about Drake. Drake swept the entire floor with awards. He, you know, came home with Best Hip Hop Artist of 2016 and also Best Hip Hop Song of 2016 with One Dance. So that was, you know, a no-brainer here. Drake killed 2016. Now let's talk a little bit more about Drake. Myself and many other people on Twitter have been going absolutely crazy about More Life, right? You first said that it was coming out in December, right? We were all hyped about it. We're like, okay, cool. Drake is dropping, you know, end of the year banger. Beautiful. Didn't get it, right? Then you said, you know what? Okay, guys, I'm going to give it to you at the top of 2017, early 2017, right? So we all thought, okay, January 1st, right? Like top of the month, you know, or maybe, you know, within the first 2 weeks of January 1st. January flies by, we get nothing. And then you have a show in Amsterdam where you say, hey, listen, the next time I'm here, you guys will have More Life. And that was scheduled for, you know, February 26th, right? And you said they would have More Life before the show, right? So we thought, okay, in terms of, okay, by the start of February, into February 26th, we will get More Life. I thought you were dropping on my birthday, bro. I thought you were gonna drop More Life on my birthday, February 25th. That didn't happen. And then we had your dad trolling us yesterday on Instagram, claiming that, oh, the album's coming out today, and he posted out the artwork and it said March 5th. Like, and then that was a lie. So now you bring your dad into this jokes, and now it was also rumors going on that you were gonna drop it on OVO Sound Radio episode 39, which was set to debut on March 4th, Saturday, you know, this past Saturday. And then you even said, oh yeah, everyone, listen to OVO Sound episode 39, man, it's gonna be lit, there's gonna be cool stuff in it, you're not gonna, you know, you're never gonna forget it. Then you delay the show. You delay OVO Sound 39. Bruh, man, look, I'm at a tipping point, man. I can't be, you are playing my emotions. I can't do this. But a new info has come out pertaining to Drake's iTunes bio that has listed some details on More Life, but has since been deleted. But we still got the archives because it's the internet. We know what happens. So in the bio, it is revealed that Boy won the 1985 and R&B Artist of the Year according to iHeartRadio Awards. The Weeknd will be a part of More Life. So that is official confirmed here that OVOXO is going to be coming back in More Life. Please give it to me soon. I want OVOXO so bad. And then, the most current up-to-date news we have on More Life is that, 40 said on Instagram that him and Drake are working on the final touches of the album. Now, final touches can mean a lot of things. According now, in terms of More Life, final touches can literally mean like half the album at this point. Like, this is just insane, man. Like, you have pushed this by like 3-4 months now. It is March. We are in March. We were set to get this album in December, bruh. Like, something has to give here. And look, you know what? And even with that being the most up-to-date news on More Life, even with that being the most up-to-date utterance of More Life, I could go on this Mac right now, and you probably dropped it right now in this recording. You probably dropped it knowing that I was gonna record this rant on it. You probably have it out right now on your Twitter. And you know what? I'm sitting here still mad, man. Give me More Life. I want More Life. Sorry about that rant. And on that note, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share down below. I appreciate you visiting me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.